Television history is filled with strange, unexpected connections, and few are as surprising as the one linking a Cold War peace ambassador to one of America's sharpest comedies. The hit CBS sitcom Designing Women, often described as the anti-Golden Girls, didn't just emerge from the minds of Hollywood executives looking to chase trends. Its creation was indirectly sparked by a real-life tragedy, the death of a young girl whose brief but powerful presence had once captured the world's attention. A sitcom built around star power, not concept. When Designing Women premiered in 1986, it stood apart from other sitcoms of its time. The show wasn't built around a single comedian or an established character, but rather around a powerhouse ensemble: Dixie Carter, Delta Burke, Annie Potts, and Jean Smart. Creator Linda Bloodworth-Thomason envisioned a series that allowed these four women to bounce off one another, both comedically and dramatically. The idea of them running an interior design firm was more of a setting than a central premise. This wasn't Bloodworth-Thomason's first attempt at pairing strong female leads. She had previously worked with Carter and Burke on Filthy Rich, a satirical soap opera parody that poked fun at shows like Dallas and Dynasty. But Filthy Rich had a short life, and its untimely end can be traced to a tragedy far outside the entertainment industry: The Girl Who Wrote to the Kremlin. That story begins with Samantha Smith, a 10-year-old girl from Maine who became a global symbol of peace during the height of the Cold War. In 1982, when Soviet leader Yuri Andropov took power, Samantha wrote him a letter expressing her fear of nuclear war and asking why the Soviet Union seemed to want to conquer the world. To everyone's surprise, Andropov personally responded. His letter assured Samantha that the Soviet people wanted peace, not war, and invited her to visit the USSR. Samantha's trip the following year turned her into an international sensation. She met children in the Soviet Union, toured the country, and wrote a book titled Journey to the Soviet Union with her father. Her warmth and sincerity made her a fixture on talk shows like The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, where her composure and optimism impressed millions. A tragedy that changed TV history. By 1985, Samantha Smith's popularity had led to her being cast in an ABC series titled Lime Street, alongside Robert Wagner. The show, a light adventure drama, was expected to make Samantha a permanent part of American television. Tragically, before the first season finished filming, Samantha and her father were killed in a plane crash in Maine. She was only 13 years old. The series was quietly canceled shortly after her death. And among those affected by the show's abrupt ending was Linda Bloodworth-Thomason, who had been developing projects for the same network. With Lime Street scrapped and her own work in limbo, Bloodworth-Thomason suddenly found herself free to develop a new project, one that would evolve into Designing Women. From loss to legacy. In an indirect but undeniable way, Samantha Smith's tragic passing opened the space that allowed Designing Women to come to life. Bloodworth-Thomason channeled her creative energy into building a series that celebrated women's voices, intelligence, and resilience, qualities that Samantha had embodied during her short but extraordinary life. Designing Women would go on to run for 8 seasons, becoming a defining show of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Its blend of humor and social commentary made it more than just another sitcom. It was a showcase of Southern wit and feminist spirit, proof that stories about strong women could be both meaningful and wildly entertaining. The quiet influence of Samantha Smith. Samantha Smith's story is often remembered as a heartwarming moment of humanity in the middle of Cold War tension. Few realize, however, that her brief journey also shaped part of television history. Without her, Designing Women, a show that celebrated strength, empathy, and female friendship, might never have existed. It's a bittersweet reminder that even the smallest voices can leave echoes that resonate far beyond their time, sometimes in the most unexpected corners of popular culture.